What's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing a two placement job on this long sleeve shirt here. It's really nice, it's pretty thick, so that's always good for embroidery. We're going to be embroidering on the left chest as well as on the back up here. So stick around and check out how clean we keep this one.
Now I do already have a stitch out that came out pretty good. It's ready to go pretty much on the shirt, but I'll show you what we were working with. The picture that they sent us was the actual job done with the previous person, and it's a little bit funky. I don't mean to sound, you know, like a D-bag, but I could tell why they were looking to get it redone. I'm not trying to knock it. This new one that I made is not entirely mine. I'm just pretty much going off by the design that they created, whoever it was, or even if it was the client's idea. All I'm really doing is taking what was already created, designed, and I'm just finding a way to make it look a little bit cleaner, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think, if I'm right or wrong. But here it is, real simple logo. We'll start off with the wheat. I actually do really like the way that came out. I did change it, but I think it's pretty clean and pretty well done. It does look like what it's supposed to look like. It's just the only part that was a little funky was the horseshoe. I'm not sure why they didn't fix it to close in the gaps. You know, your push and pull, we talk about it all the time. It's a little bit thin and not that even. The borders probably a little bit too thin, maybe that's why it doesn't look as solid. The CR, that's the way that they wanted it from the picture that I got as well, so I'm not knocking them for that. The CR is just literally how the client wanted it at first. This is what we came up with. I was already working on that CR same way, pretty much same thing. And then he chose another font, and then we went with this. This is RC, which is the one that we're doing today. And they also want the same design, just with GR in the middle for another shirt, but I probably won't show that one. It'll be the same thing. The wheat, I went with just something real simple. I'm not even sure if it portrays that it's supposed to be a wheat wreath. Is that the word, wreath? But what I did was find two images. One of them had a bunch of these little accents all around, and the other one was just a real simple, you know, piece of wheat, and added those two together. That's it. Horseshoe, I found an SVG file on Google, traced that, nothing crazy. It's a tatami fill. I added the holes in there, and I chose not to do borders on those. It's real small. It might have looked a little bit clunkier if I did. And the lettering, pretty straightforward as well. Here's how it's looking like it's gonna stitch out. Nice thick border there, all satin stuff here. I didn't change any properties in that. Pretty much I kept the properties the same in case anybody's interested in that part, but that's about it. The RC as we have it here, I actually put up the pull comp to 0.023 in inches. They wanted it bigger, but I pretty much told them, like, I can't do it any much bigger than the space you have in here without literally making the entire logo bigger, obviously. So all I did was just really stretch it out to the corners as much as I could, and I raised the pull comp to make it thicker, and that'll make the font pop a little bit more, make it seem like it's bigger overall. In this case, I think simple is much better, but we'll see how it looks once we get it onto the shirt. And here is how our stitch out came out. Pretty good.
Now for this job, I'm using just one sheet of this 2.5 ounce Cutaway stabilizer, which is perfect for the color of the shirt to keep everything looking clean, as well as my 5.5 mighty hoop, which, by the way, if you're considering purchasing some hoops of your own, use my link in the description to get free shipping on your order from Mighty Hoops. Also, not embroidery related, but Todd and myself ran our first 5K, our first anything really. Nothing insane, but definitely fun, and we were sure damn proud of it.
But anyways, our logo is going to be sitting somewhere right here, and I don't remember if I mentioned it, but they also wanted it back here. They like the size to have this on the back, but I'm gonna have to make it just a tiny bit smaller because I think it's gonna start hitting the stitching here. So on the machine, probably I'll just make it like from 100% in size to like 95 maybe, and that should be fine. As always, using my technique, 4 fingers down from the collar right there, I'll make my mark around here, and then probably like around here, straight down, make my line there, so it'll sit just like that. This shirt is pretty thick, so one sheet of this is gonna be more than enough. And yeah, that's always a good thing. I'm just making sure that my hoop is pretty centered up top to bottom, so my logo does not come out janky. Let me try this. And if it doesn't look straight, you could always just remove it, make little adjustments until it looks good. Now to me already, this looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And my line, I don't even know. I have two lines on this tape. I don't know which one it is. I think I got it straight down the notch here. So just got to make sure my design doesn't go above the tape. It's centered up. And that's it. Right now that I have it, that I put the patch on top of the shirt just like that, it did look a little bit small. So I'm going to do the same thing I said I was going to do to make it bigger for the next shirt. Sorry, to make it smaller for the back of this shirt. I'm actually gonna do the same on the machine, but making it bigger for the front. The way you do that here on the Tajima is you have your design selected. You click on this button with the roses, and then on the X here, you put how much bigger you want it to be. So from 100% to 105%, not a big difference. I don't want it way bigger because they already agreed on the size. It looked a little too small for me, so just a little bit bigger and we should be good. I could have saved a little bit of time not doing cuts on the yellow parts and then just snipping them out, but not a big deal. Not gonna take, didn't take crazy long time to stitch out. Show you guys real close right now. And the front, I don't see any loose threads, but just to be sure, actually there is one right down here. This lighter, the flame is like a, it's crazy. Doesn't have a thing to adjust the how much comes out. All right, it came out good, but I almost forgot. I also have to do the back, so I'm just gonna hoop that up real quick, put on the machine, and then we'll do a little bit of a close-up. Okay, I think I'm good here. I'm lined up nicely with the stitching up here. Same with the stitch line down here. And that'll be my midpoint. Again, one of those two lines. I don't know which one, but yeah, we're ready. Glad it came out nice and centered. Everything looks very clean. There we go. I like it. Again, since the shirt is really thick, there really is no puckering. Looks nice. Let me try to get up close. And the back, I haven't cleaned it yet, but same thing. I think they're gonna be really happy with it. I still gotta do the other shirt, but it'll be the same thing except with the GR, I think. That's it, everybody. Thank you for coming along today's journey Remember to like and subscribe for all things embroidery. That's it for me. Deuces.